Hot and heavy, it's Sons of the Forest. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and today I wanted to provide you with a few tips and tricks for getting started with advanced base building in Sons of the Forest. Pretty soon we'll have some day one base builds and some details on where to find every item in the game and all the caves and which ones to visit first. But if you're not familiar with the game, if you're familiar with the original The Forest with all the cannibals and creepy creatures, if you played it or not, you probably heard of it, and Sons of the Forest is the sequel. So today's video shouldn't have any major spoilers except for perhaps a hint on where to find the grappling gun slash the rope gun, which will help you, or a zipline gun, to get around your base and other locations, and how to very easily gather logs using some real-life logging tech, or I guess techniques. Alright, let's jump in now to our first look at a little tutorial in Sons of the Forest. Let's go. Alright, well, a beautiful morning in a base that's under construction. Hello, Virginia. Yeah, she's got her nice dress on and also some weapons that you can give her too. Work it, girl. Very nice. Hey, we got a beautiful base here, though, that's still under construction. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of materials to do for the people that are working on this one. We've got ourselves kind of a guard station, area where we're going to build a wall, and also homes that are under construction using different techniques to test all sorts of things. You look here on the map, we're somewhere kind of near the, I guess, end game area of the game. Don't really want to give too many spoilers, but basically it's the furthest area from where you initially start, whether you spawn in the mountain near the beautiful little lake, or if you're on the shore. This is kind of like, let's call it the northern part of the island, so kind of furthest from where you start. You guys are sleepy? Is it nighttime? No, wait. Oh, yeah, I guess it is nighttime. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and look around a little bit before we take a nap ourselves. So all the logs that you see here, including this security station and a few other things that we're working on, were all built by using techniques for using what I think they call a yarder or a forwarder. In logging, essentially, they use like a zip line or a tow line in order to drag logs back to a position. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's go ahead and take a little nap and see what it's like to basically get this thing set up and working. Now, if you don't know where the zipline gun is, or the rope gun, it's the same thing, just different terminology. I will kind of give you a hint down below in the comment section so I don't immediately spoil it for anybody wanting to discover it on their own. So make sure you check down below in the description and perhaps the comment section. So this is what we've come up with so far for a little bit of our yarding, or our forwarding. And so what we've done is, previously we made a large area over here full of automatic storage. There is some automation to this game, believe it or not, and you can do it with those auto stackers. So we basically were shoving logs into a zip line and funneling them down here to build a lot of the structures. There's a bridge and a few homes that have been started. These don't look like much, but this has taken about almost 4 hours worth of work just to kind of cut down all these trees and get it over here. So you can almost see the endless sea of stumps that extends all the way to the back. And you see this one tree here? This is where we had that zip line between where that structure was that I showed you before, and also here. So we basically shot a zip line all the way over here, and you can attach logs to it, which can auto offload into carriers, or the holders, or the what do they call it? The the holders, I suppose, that you could basically use to gather later. So yeah, we shot a zip line here. We'd come here and offload the logs, and so you can see the entire area that has been cut down. And a little too far from the base now, so we started to move to another area. Let me show you how it works. So first of all, once you get your little line gun, you'll be able to fire these types of things known as the zip line ropes. You can also 3D print the grappling hook at a 3D printer, and I, again, don't want to tell you too much, but basically once you get the zip line gun, you can then start either finding zip line rope, which is the grappling hook attached to a rope already, or you can craft that with a rope and a zip line. Oh, I think we're about to be attacked. Oh, Virginia, protect me. All right. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got some trouble. I can hear it. Oh, hey there. She was having a little bit of dinner. She was just eating a corpse. Damn. Get it, girl. Anyway, let's go back to our base now, and I'll show you exactly how to kind of expand upon things. Yeah, and we're here at this gorgeous lake. Beautiful, beautiful seasonal transitions in this game. And I also hear that the weight of snow in the winter can actually damage or destroy your roof and home. So sturdy construction is something that we're working on for today. Now, another thing to note is the flashing health, or rather the hydration and the food, aren't necessarily a major factor at this moment since we're doing base construction. It's kind of like in Valheim. Your health will be low and so will your stamina if you don't, heal up, and if you don't eat. This is okay for construction because we're not going too far from the base. But yeah, food and water is something that we're going to be working on with drying racks, for food out of the lake there. We'll have Calvin start doing some fishing. And then we have a little stream nearby that we can, of course, get water from even in the winter. So check this out. We got a zip line already set here. And as you can see, it's a little offset here to the left side. There's a reason for that. We can actually climb up here, which is kind of where it's intended for the log to come to and fall off automatically. Or hopefully, if it all works correctly, the log will actually fly off and get some airtime and literally fall and be pulled into those holders. Let's go ahead and take a little zip. A little trip on our zip, on our rocket ship zip. Let's go. Very nice. All right, so yeah, we've been cutting down a lot of trees down here, and so we can start with the areas that are closest and work our way around to be able to get there. Well, that's a wonderful sign with the firefighter's axe covered in blood. Let's go ahead and cut down a little tree here and see if we can get started. So another tip about cutting down trees, wherever you swing the last swing, that's where the tree will fall. So if we want it to fall this way, all we need to do is just basically do that, and boom, the tree falls looking away from you. We'll grab a couple of logs here, and we'll throw those onto the zip line. So as you can see, the zip line will give you a little bit of an indication as when you can put a log onto it. And it'll usually go whatever way you're looking. So if you want it to go down that way, you can do it like that, or you can do it this way, which it should go towards our base. Hey, check that out. Now, 2 people working non-stop, constantly firing logs up to the camp can basically stack up a ton of logs in no time. And boom, you see the concept working successfully. If you didn't see that, those 2 logs right here at full speed, which it does take a little bit of time to get up to speed, flew successfully by bouncing off of that and over here. Now, you got to do a little bit of aiming. You should probably make like a big platform in order to catch all these logs. So we're going to have to expand some of ours over this way. But it's all still trial and error, and it certainly works successfully. If it fails, worst case scenario, the log will kind of bounce off here and fall down right at the bottom of the platform. Otherwise, hopefully, worst case scenario, which we want to happen, but we're still working on it, is to have it hit this side and then roll down here. So either way, it'll either hit the holders over there, and if they miss, Calvin, you can assign him, our good old buddy here, which is your NPC who can basically do all sorts of different gathering up for us. Let's go ahead and eat some meat. Jeez, I'm tired of this guy being completely out of breath. My goodness, man. Oh, burnt meat. Oh, that's fine. That's better than nothing. Put some Sweet Baby Ray's on it, man. It'll be all right. All right, cool. So, anyway, if you assign Kelvin to get logs, he'll usually go cut down trees, but if you keep him busy enough, he'll continuously grab logs that are piling up here and start putting them in. So you have 2 sources of automation. Kelvin, who can do a little tidying up around the base, and also the zipline system. Oh, thank you very much, Virginia. That's very kind of you. Thank you for the leaves. Oh, aloe vera. Oh, yeah, thank you. Cool. Yeah, we can make a health potion out of that, so that's very helpful. All right, let's go ahead and grab some water then. So the concept of the base is to essentially make a massive area, and we're up against a cliffside, so enemies typically won't come up from this way, but we eventually plan to build a palisade and other things like that to defend ourselves, perhaps some traps. But the real idea is to keep near a water source that's flowing, because in winter the water will freeze over, and if it's the ocean, of course, you can't drink from that because that's salt water, but it's still, you know, it's not frozen, so you should be able to perhaps do some fishing from that, but a river is really your best source of constant water, and a lake is usually going to freeze over. Another good tip is that in the winter you should be able to build on the lakes too. So if you wanted to build a platform like a safe room or something like that, if you got attacked by, I don't know, if you're playing PvP with friends or something like that, which you could definitely play like Rust if you wanted to, you know, just certain parameters. There is the option, of course, in this game to set the months to be very long and the days to be long too. Right now we're on pretty much normal standard settings, but what I would say is start a custom game and put it on the longest day, which isn't even that much longer, and probably put your seasons on a little longer if you wanted to as well. But keep in mind, if you start in spring with the longest of... oh, you got some trouble? If you start in the spring with the longest of season set, once you get to winter, winter will last a very long time. So our hope here in the future is to continuously start constructing defenses on this side of the river, and hopefully the cannibals will start attacking from over here. Even if they jump across or go down this way, this platform here is a fantastic position, which we've taken a lot of logs to use or to build. And look at that. This is going to be used to shoot anything on the bridge or anything that might come down below the river or try to sneak up behind us. So it's a pretty good position to cover most of the walls, and this is kind of just a little marker of the edge of the camp. Now, everybody's working on different wall techniques, and really the best way to start to get logs wherever they need to go is to, you know, we got some trouble. Virginia, security breach, Sector 4. Hey. I can hear somebody stealing. Oh, there we go. Virginia. Oh, yeah. So the cannibals will try to bust down your walls, and you'll need a repair tool for that as well. But yeah, we're experimenting with all sorts of different techniques, including how to get some... Oh, sir. Private property, sir. There we go. Here, let me give you a hand, pal. Whoa, what the... Yeah, I'm just trying to assert dominance. Perfect. Yeah, raw arm. Thank you, Virginia. All right, so yeah, that's probably the easiest way to get a lot of logs a long distance in a short amount of time. It does require the zip gun to do, and another tip is that you can also kind of chain these together. You'll need to have somebody working at the station in the middle, but this is about the maximum range too. And there's also a maximum, what would you say, like an angle or a degree for this? If we go ahead and grab our gun, I'll kind of show you what I mean. So you probably can't go any more than about this, maybe 35 to 40 degrees. Anything more than like a 40-degree angle down is not going to be feasible. But you can zip up and down the line, as you saw. So it is also a fantastic transportation system for people. And once you've built your base, you can also use that zip line, as I mentioned, to go out to a lake base or possibly, or like an island. There are several lakes that have islands, and also to build up into a tree. So that way you could have a ground base, such as this building here, that can then zip up into the trees, and you could build a little, perhaps a, I don't know, a smoker or something up there. This is where that other cave, by the way, where we are, exits out of. So some of you might be familiar with this place if you go to this. If you see the cave on the marker just to our west, I believe it curves around and comes down around here. Possibly it's the green marker. One of those in this area should cover that. All right, so that is pretty much all we've got for the tips on one of the most advanced techniques in the game at the moment. Keep in mind there is no sled anymore in the game, aside from a sled that you can, you know, like go down the... it replaces the turtle shell, right? There's no log sled anymore. But this is your log sled right here, right, Calvin? You can base... Yeah, that's right. Oh, I thought he was saluting. Amen, brother. Yeah, so Calvin is a fantastic tool to, well, in a good way. He's the best. He's super loyal and does whatever you ask. So he's a good friend, and you got to take care of him. In fact, anybody who thinks that Kelvin needs to die should probably, yeah, end up like a cannibal. So anyway, show me what other techniques you may have come up with. Let me know what other tips and tricks you've heard from others, and help everyone, including ourselves, down below. This game's not even been out for a few days, and so there's all sorts of day one build techniques coming out, and all sorts of tips and tricks and secrets and weapons and other things like stun guns and revolvers and stun batons. I'll show you where to find all of those things, including some other hidden things, more lore, and some other secrets of survival too, once we have some time. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Thank you, everybody, for becoming members, hanging out, and please do share this video with a friend, so that way you can get some experience in building these contraptions too, and perhaps you'll come up with something even better than what we've stumbled upon here today. So yeah, keep in mind, you can fire those logs off about this distance. They'll fall into the holders at full speed. It's a pretty damn cool system. You just need to kind of goof around with it for a little bit. Keep in mind, by the way, destroying your ropes means you'll have to remake them, so try to be perfect on the first shot. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye. You want to say goodbye, Virginia? Or do anything cool? Do something sweet. Okay, wow, jumping off the cliff. That was good. All right, work it, girl. All right. Have a good day, guys. We're going to have a lunch. Come on, Calvin. We're going to have Lunchables. Do you like the pizza kind? Or are you kind of more of a ham and cheese guy? Ham and cheese. I knew it. I knew it, Calvin. I like you a lot.